Texas League Baseball is next. And a good Saturday night, everybody. We welcome you into this live broadcast of Texas League Baseball. And now here's the star of the show, the one, the only, John Baker. Well, thank you, Bob, and a good evening, everybody. We welcome you to the broadcast on this Saturday night. Boy, and I gotta say, it is the fifth game of our six-game set between the visiting Springfield Cardinals and your San Antonio Missions. Well, tonight, sit back, relax, and enjoy the best drone show, courtesy of West Creek Trail Rides and Dr. Pepper. Series concludes tomorrow night at 7:05. As we get ready for the final game of these two ball clubs. And after that, San Antonio will head north. They go to Oklahoma to take on the Tulsa Drillers in a six-game set starting Tuesday through Sunday next week. And then we are back home on Tuesday, August 18th to take on the Amarillo Sod Poodles to lead off a six-game set. And so far, pretty good on that as well. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and give you some rundowns of last night's ball game. We are into our pregame show, and so far joined in the booth by my partner, Bob. And Bob, a good evening to you as we bring you this one live. Good evening, John. Thank you. And so far, good evening to everybody in our live broadcast as we bring you this one here tonight. And John, I got to say, that was an interesting ball game last night, and so far, mind giving us the details of what happened yesterday? I got to say, absolutely would. Well, first inning, San Antonio scored first with a sacrifice fly by Joshua Mears, bringing in Albert Fabian, making the score San Antonio 1, Springfield nothing. Second inning, Springfield tied the game at 1-1 with an RBI double by R.J. Yeager. Springfield took the lead 2-1 with a sacrifice fly by Leonardo Bernal. San Antonio tied the game in the fourth inning, making it 2-2 with a sacrifice fly with Yendry Rojas, bringing in Jacob Campbell. Seventh inning, Springfield regained the lead with an inside-the-park home run by Braden Jobert, making it a 3-2 ball game. Ninth inning was a walk-off. San Antonio won the game in the bottom of the ninth inning with a walk-off two-run shot by Marcos Castañon, bringing the final score to San Antonio 4, Springfield 3. Logan Gillespie took the win for San Antonio, and Ryan took the loss for Springfield. But anyway, pretty good on that, and so far, after this game tonight, we will have our drone show, so make sure everybody is ready for that. We have a update on Ethan Salas, the catcher that got hurt during our home games against the Midland Rockhounds, and so far it was one of them things where he got physically injured, got hit really hard in the arm, and he was very excited about last night's walk-off victory for San Antonio. The final score 4-3, and so far he is messaging us on our YouTube live chat. And yeah, he's saying, hi, Bob and John. That was a great live stream last night. Really appreciated the commentary and watching my teammates play. And so far, I wish I could be back on the field, but evidently the doctor's orders is to stay home and let my arm heal up and then go back to the doctor to have it looked at. So anyway, the doctor's orders is to stay home, and that's a good thing as well. But anyway, pretty good in that one. But anyway, thank you, Ethan, for your continued support of our San Antonio missions. And so far, for you, young man, thank you for all you've done. And so far, if you come back and you're on the lineup, you are recommended that Gold Glove. And we would love to bestow that highest honor in honor of your hard work and commitment to this ball club. And so far, if you come back, well, come on back and play baseball with us, because we sure do miss you. Anyway, we are about ready to get started here on this Saturday night, and so far now take you downstairs as we get you Game 5 of our 6-game set against the visiting Springfield Cardinals and your San Antonio Missions. Well, tonight, San Antonio's doing something a little bit different. They're wearing their road grays tonight. Springfield back in their road reds. And so far, going to be a pretty good, exciting night for us here this evening. Austin Davis is getting the ball from the manager, and so far, Bob, his ERA is a 9, right on the money. He's been in 7 innings so far, and so far, pretty good on that. Center fielder is Chris Rotondo as he comes in. Ready to go here for the top of the first inning for Springfield. And away we go. Here's the first pitch. That one is outside slider. And the count now at 1-0. Austin Davis having a little checkup with home plate umpire Jeff Andrews. And evidently did not like that pitch call right there. That one is fouled away. The count now at 1-1. Go ahead, give your ball clubs. Northwest Arkansas at Wichita, Frisco at Arkansas, Amarillo at Midland, Springfield at San Antonio, Tulsa at Corpus Christi. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, swing and miss. The count now 1-2.
2 strikes.
A great crowd here tonight. And so far, looking forward to the drone show at the end of tonight's game. That one high fly in the air up to left field. Fabian will make the grab, and there is 1 down as we get things started here tonight. The left fielder is Darlene Mukede as he comes in. The windup and the pitch, and that's an inside strike. The count now at 0-1. Gotta absolutely love that we're doing all 3 jerseys here for San Antonio. And got to say, tonight will be the only night that the Missions will wear their road grays. And that one is outside. The count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Evidently pretty good on that. No score as we're getting going here in the top of the first inning. And that is a strikeout swinging for Moquete, and he's 2 outs. What a way to get things going here in this one. Here's the third batter, Chase Davis, as he comes, fouls that one off. And it's the count now, 0-1. Got a beautiful night on hand and temperature at 98 degrees. It was a hot one today. At 100 degrees with fair skies going to clear. Have a full moon tonight, which that will be pretty nice. We've had the full moon for the past couple of nights. And so far, pretty good. That one fouled off. The count now still holding 0-2. Anyway, our nighttime ball game going on right now. And that's a swing and a miss, and no problems here. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody on for Springfield. We now head to the bottom of the first inning, and it's no score as San Antonio coming to bat right after these messages. Well, we'll be right back on this one as we get things started for San Antonio as we get ready for the bottom of the first inning for the Missions. Bounce set to go for the bottom of the first inning for San Antonio. Right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, underway of what is going to be the bottom of the first inning. Michael Gomez will get the ball from the manager for Springfield. And so far, we're about ready to put this inning underway. 4-seam slider, 2-seam sweeper. As we get going for the bottom of the first inning, Albert Fabian will strike up first. Ready to go is Gomez. And the pitch. That one is a fouled off ball. And the count now at 0-1. One more game left of this week, then we're off to Tulsa. Ben Gelman will be your proud host. Gelman is a pretty good one. He's been a good one like Matt Vasgersian, if we remember him.
That's ball two.
Back in the early days, Matt would commentate. Mark De La Rosa, we remember him. And so far, many more. That's right there. Line drive. Throw down. And he is safe. That is a fielder's choice. The base knock. Romeo Sanabria coming in now. And yep, that was a good play right there. As the first leadoff batter, Albert Fabian, will get on base for San Antonio. Romeo Sanabria coming in. He's tonight's catcher.
0-1.
Will take an inside strike. The count now at 0-1. Go ahead, give you some scores here tonight. Wichita up 5-0. Their bottom half of the sixth inning. That one is right there. Line drive foul, and the count now 0-2. Frisco up 4-0. Bottom of the seventh inning, and boy, their game is going quick there. All-American Ballpark. That one's fouled off. The count now still holding 0-2. Top of the third inning, Amarillo leading Midland 3-0. San Antonio and Springfield, Tulsa, and Corpus Christi scoreless. And that is outside the count now. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, anyway, it was a pretty good night last night. Missions win a 2. Look, gave it talk tonight. Missions win a 2-run knockoff, which that was a pretty good. That was a winning moment for San Antonio. Marcos Castañon just put that one out of reach. That's going to be right there. Line drive. That's a base hit. And Sanabria gets on base, which that's pretty good too. Well, that'll bring in the center fielder, Joshua Mears, as he comes in. Well, last night he did a pretty good job, right, Bob? Yeah, I got to say, John, he did a phenomenal job just getting on base and keeping things alive for San Antonio, and that's what they plan to do here tonight, man, for sure. Mears batting .313 over a .400 opposition. And so far, pretty good one. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch. That's a swing and miss. The count now 0-2.
2 strikes.
Just a absolutely beautiful evening here at the ballpark, and I want to thank everybody for coming in. Swing and a miss right there. Mears down on strikes, and that is out number 1. A strikeout for Michael Gomez. And there is 1 down. Marcos Castañon, the last night hero of the San Antonio Missions, winning that ball game by a 2-run home run, and it's a walk-off home run as well. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out, 2-1. No score to this point. That one right there fouled off. The count now 1-1. Still got plenty of tickets available for tonight's game, and so far if you want to come tomorrow or the 18th, when we're back at home taking on the Amarillo Sod Poodles. And you are more than welcome to come out and join us here at the ballpark. We are down to almost 2 homestands left of this current season, and so far, Bob, it has been one of the greatest seasons we have ever had in Texas League baseball. Yeah, I got to say, John, it really has been. And so far, when this one ends, the last game against Corpus Christi would be it. And so far, Ben Gelman will get the last 6 games set in Springfield. And then if we do get into the playoffs, then that would be pretty good too. I got to agree, Bob, and knowingly that San Antonio will be getting in, it is evidently a foot race between Frisco and Amarillo and Midland, which it has been that way since the second half began. And evidently, we are going to look at that. Midland is 2.5 games back against Amarillo, 3.5 against Frisco, which that's pretty good. I mean, if they could come back at some point, try to win against Amarillo tonight there at Franco Park, that'd be a big story to tell now, wouldn't it? Yeah, I got to say, John, it would be a great story to tell. 2 balls and a strike, and that's an outside ball. The count now 3-1, and on one more, and that could pretty much load up the bases. That's a 3-0 lead for the Sod Poodles, and so far it just determines if Midland could get up there and get something. 4.5 wins against the Frisco Rough Riders, and that is ball 4, so they will load them up. Well, Cole Roederer coming in, and he's got an opportunity to do damage here. Here's the pitch, and that is fouled in the way. The count now at 0-1. 2 outs, bases loaded. The designated hitter, Cole Roederer, standing up now. Getting set to go and to do some damage. He could find one to travel down memory lane, which that would be pretty good too. Yeah, I gotta say, John, if he could get one up the middle or somewhere, maybe put it out of here, that would be a grand slam to give San Antonio 4-0 lead. And right there, swing and a miss, got him. And Springfield will get out of danger as they will leave the bases loaded. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 3 left. And we now head to the top of the second inning. And it's no score, 3-1. So we're back in a moment as Trey Page, Jobert, and Yeager will lead it off for the second inning for Springfield when we come back. Now set for the second inning for Springfield right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, next inning, about set to go. Trey Page, 4, 5, and 6, due up against Austin Davis. Come on in. We'll take an inside strike. The count now at 0-1. No balls, one strike. The pitch. That one's going to be right there. Hit to Cedeno as second. Throw down to first to Castañon. And there is one quick out to lead off this second inning.
The first baseman, Braden Jobert.
Braden Jobert will come in now. About set to go. Wind up and the pitch. That is an inside strike. The count now at 0-1. No balls, one strike. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Boy, that was ugly. Just getting him to chase after it. And that is fouled off. The count now at 0-2. Still hanging on is Jobert. Wind up in the pitch and still fouls that one off. No balls, two strikes. The pitch. That one high fly in the air up to left field. Fabian gets the glove. And that is out number 2.
R.J. Yeager.
R.J. Yeager coming in. It could be another 1, 2, 3 half inning, and that one's going to be hit high in the air up to center field. Moving under it is Joshua Mears, and that will do it. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left on for Springfield. We now head to the bottom half of the second inning. No score through 2.5 on this Saturday evening. Back here for more Texas League Baseball is Rojas, Cedeno, and DeVries. We'll get things ready for the bottom of 2. About set to go for the bottom half of the second inning for San Antonio right now on the Missions Baseball Network. 7-hole batter, third baseman Yendry Rojas stepping up now. 7-8-9 due up against Michael Gomez. Will take an outside ball in the count now 1-0. So far pretty good on that as try to get the first score to come in, and now it's going to be lofted high in the air. The center fielder runs after it shy of the warning track, and that is out number one. Norwellian Cedeno, the second baseman, strides up next. It's a beautiful Saturday evening here at the ballpark, and so far catch us one more time this week as we take on Springfield for the last time. Their last road game here in San Antonio for the year 2025. Missions will head to Oklahoma, take on Tulsa next week.
1-1.
So far, wish we could take on two of the North Division teams here. Evidently, that is not the case, and that will probably never happen. Yeah, I know. I mean, Springfield for 6, Tulsa for a leadoff 6 here in San Antonio. That'd be pretty good. Now, I got to say it would be. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the second inning. No score in this one. That one back to the mound, throw down to first, and that is out number 2.
Batting ninth, the shortstop.
Well, that'll bring in the shortstop, Leo Dallas DeVries. He was excellent last night. Hit a few home runs. But evidently comes in tonight trying to get some more going. Wind up and the pitch, and that's going to be lofted high in the air, and this should do it. And that will be it. No runs, hits, or errors, nobody left on. And we head to the third inning, and it's still a no-score ball game through 2. Bernal Mendoza Rivas will lead it off. Third inning coming up right after commercial messages. This one brought to you in part by Dr. Pepper, our proud sponsor of Missions Baseball. Now set to go for the third inning for Springfield right now in the Missions Baseball Network. Leonardo Bernal stepping in now, 7-8-9 due up against Austin Davis as we get going for the third inning here tonight. That's taken in for a cold strike. It's 0-1. 2 innings of no score. It'd be a 3-up, 3-down ball game. Right there, that'd be a no-out single for Bernal as he gets on base. So far, pretty good on that. Ramon Mendoza coming in. Here's the pitch, and that is fouled off. The count now at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. And that's going to be right there. And underhand. And that will put 2 runners on base. So they couldn't get the guy out at second to overturn a double play. And so far, look at the second base area. Yeah, he was in there, trying to get the runner out at first, and he was also in there as well. Wind up and the pitch. That's an inside strike. The count now 0-1 to the 9-hole batter, Jeremy Rivas, as he comes in with a golden opportunity to put Springfield on the board here in this half inning. Here's the 0-1. Right there, swing and miss. The count now 0-2. I gotta say, pretty good one at that. No balls and 2 strikes, trying to get out of this half inning. Called third strike, got him down easily. And 2 more outs to get out of this half inning, looking to not get the runs across the score, but no chance there. Center fielder is Chris Rotondo as he steps in, swings and misses the initial offering, and it's 0-1 for him. He's 0 for 1 of the evening. So far, pretty good on that. That one's going to be right there. And they'll get that one. And the force out at second is complete. And that'll bring in Darlene Moquete. First and third, 2 outs with the second batter for Springfield coming up to bat. 90 feet is the runner. Wind up and the pitch. That's an outside ball. The count now 1-0. Springfield has a 90 feet runner at third base. Swing and a miss right there. The count now at 1-1. Davis trying to focus cylinders on that strike zone and so far doing pretty good. That one is lifted high in the air and he's going to allow that to go foul, and count now 1-2. Trying to strike him out without any runs. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. And that ends the inning as he swung down and low, and they will avoid danger early on. Head-on car crash. And yeah, that'll get him out of this half inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. There are 3.5s. And it's no score for 3.5. Albert, Fabian, Sanabria, and Mears will lead it off, bottom of 3. We come back in the broadcast. Bounce at the go for the bottom of the third. Right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Back to the top of the San Antonio batting order. Here is left fielder Albert Fabian. He's ready to go. We'll take an inside or... Ooh, never mind. That is outside. Outside fastball. The count now 1-0.
That's a ball.
That's outside. The count now 2-0.
2 balls, no strikes.
2 balls, no strikes to the leadoff batter, Fabian. And that is outside. Ball 3. Romeo Sanabria waits on deck. Well, I'll tell you one thing. You don't want to get a free pass on base for that Springfield starting pitcher, Gomez. Yeah, I know, Bob. That would be crazy. That one right there, high in the air, and that is out number 1. Boy, had a 3-0 count. That was snuffed out real easily. Romeo Sanabria coming up now. He's 1 for 1 single. Being the starting catcher tonight for San Antonio. And that's a ball outside. The count now 1-0. So far, no score through this past 3.5 innings. And that one is lofted deep to right field. Moving under it is the right fielder. And that is out number 2.
The center fielder, number 14, Joshua.
Center fielder Joshua Mears coming in as he's 0 for 1, a strikeout. So far, just a beautiful night for baseball, and just time to relax after a long week working, and just absolutely gorgeous just to come out and enjoy ourselves and the baseball game along with it.
Nope.
Sweeper down and in. The count now 1-1. Got a good third base shot. Looking good. Always good to look at our camera angles and first, second, third, and home plate. And that's count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Even the outfield cameras do a pretty good job at catching everything, Bob. Yeah, I gotta say, John, they absolutely do. And best plays ever, like last night when Marcos Castañon hits that 2-run walk-off homer for San Antonio. That was pretty good. No, it sure was. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 Mears. And that's outside, loads the count full, 3-2. Castañon waits on deck in the full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Nobody on. Bottom of the third, no score. And that is continuing to be a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Stadium lights starting to take full effect here on the baseball park. And that is ball 4. He lost him on a 6-pitch half inning for him. That'll bring in Marcos Castañon. Gomez will look like he's getting fatigued with tiredness. That one is lofted high in the air up to the right field area. Moving under it is the right fielder. And that will be another 0 on the scoreboard. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on for San Antonio. 4th inning coming up. We are 3 innings scoreless. But back here is Chase Davis, Page, and Jobbert will lead it off when we come back after our commercial messages. Fourth inning coming up for Springfield. This one brought to you in part by our friends there at West Creek Trail Rides. Visit Tuesday through Sunday and book online for your reservation or call 210-616-6585 and book your reservation for West Creek Trail Rides. Now here is John Baker as he brings us back to the ballpark for the start of the fourth inning. Thank you, Bob. And boy, how did you remember that phone number by Lana so quickly? Well, I took an educated guess right there. Wow. Pretty good, Bob. I appreciate you very much. Chase Davis coming in, and he's going to hit that one fly straight to the left field, and there is one down.
Now batting.
Gotta say, this ball game rolling on the rails pretty good. Trey Page is coming in. He's 0 for 1, a ground out. No scores through the first 3 innings, and it could be another 1-2-3 half inning. Center fielder Mears will catch that one, making it out number 2. And we'll say that if one more out is committed right here by Braden Jobert, then that would be 4.5 right there of no scores. Here's the pitch. That one's down and inside for a cold strike. The count now at 0-1. Give Lana a call at 210-616-6585. Book your reservation for horseback riding there at West Creek Trail Rides. But it's a pretty good place. I absolutely love being there. Yeah, I got to say, John, you've been going there for almost 2 years. Almost. About a year and a half, with January 2026 being my 2-year anniversary, which that would be pretty good. That one right there fouled off, the count now 0-2. So that is good. Or should I say 1 ball and 2 strikes to Gilbert. And a pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. And that is 4.5 as he goes down swinging. And he lands right on his buttocks. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left on for Springfield. 4.5 coming up, and it is no score through 4.5. Campbell, Roederer, and Rojas will lead it off. We head to the 4th inning for San Antonio when we come back. Bottom half of the 4th inning set to go for San Antonio right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, got to say, Bob, 5-6-7 due up against Michael Gomez. Lean off with Jacob Campbell.
Ball, that's
And we'll take an outside for the ball. The count now 1-0. Got a few clouds as pretty much a good night for us here at the ballpark, and so far got a full house. Yeah, I gotta say, John, everybody came out to a ball game, and they sure did. Yep, I wholeheartedly agree. Well, also tonight we honor the ones that had lost their lives in the flooding. Comfort and those areas up there. Even Kerrville. Kerrville got it really bad during that rainstorm. That one high in the air and trying to get there, and he doesn't get it. San Angelo was pretty much the worst hard hit area. They got over 16 inches of rain in 24 hours. Yeah, I gotta say, John, and your parents were out in that too, weren't they? Well, yeah, they were, but evidently they just had about 9 to 10 inches worth of rain. And evidently they were pretty much trapped in their home for a while. Good thing they weren't near any lakes or anything. That would have been hell for them if they did. Yeah, I bet it would. I gotta say. Well, the starting pitcher is out of here, and there will be the first reliever for Springfield coming up. That will be Austin Love.
Austin Love.
4-seam slider, changeup, and a 2-seam fastball. Got the name of my former dog that I used to have, if everybody knows who loves the new series. Yeah, everybody knows that show, and we all miss that show. Yeah, I know, and gotta say, I haven't done it for almost 2 years. Haven't seen Love in a long time. Alex Cornwell and Jack Ralston is getting warmed up in the bullpen for Springfield. So far, pretty good on that one. One away, nobody on. 1 ball, no strikes to the designated hitter, Cole Roederer. That one is fouled off. The count now at 1-1. So far, we got one more game with Springfield. 6 with Amarillo starting Tuesday, August 18th. And after that, it'll be off to Frisco, and Corpus Christi will be our last homestand in this 2025 regular season. That is right there. A strikeout, throw down to first, completes the play for the out, and there's 2 down.
Now batting, the third baseman, Gentry.
The third baseman is Yendry Rojas as he comes in 0 for 1, a fly out. A lot of zeros, one more out in this one, and that's going to be a ground ball. Weak contact to the shortstop, throw down to first in time, and that ends the inning. No runs, hits, or errors, nobody left on for San Antonio. We head to the 5th inning, and it's 4 innings, so no score. Yeager, Bernal, and Mendoza will lead it off as R.J. Yeager will come in for Springfield and come back from our break. Fifth inning, taking on Springfield right now here in the Mission Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. RJ Yeager coming in. 6-7-8 due up against Austin Davis. That one is got high in the air up to the right field. Moving under it is Campbell, and he'll make the play for the out. One up, one down here in the top of the fifth inning, and they'll bring in Leonardo Bernal. Bernal coming in, ready to go. Davis got full confidence in his work on the mound, which evidently that was pretty good. Yeah, I gotta say, John, it is. When you have a confidence level on the mound, it means your work is really going good. Yeah, for sure. That's a swing and a miss right there to count down 0-2. Boy, trying to get after it. And that's going to be lofted foul. And the count now at 0-2. Well, anyway, join us tomorrow night at 7:05, our last ever game here against Springfield, until the regular season finale begins in September.
Now batting, second baseman.
It will be the middle half of September when we take these guys on for the last 6-game road travel against the Springfield Cardinals. Ramon Mendoza coming in now for the Cardinals, and that's going to be right there. Line drive, that's a base hit. Up to center field, Mears. 2-out single keeps this half inning alive, and now they're trying to get something going. It must be a rally. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be lofted foul. And the count now at 0-1 to Jeremy Rivas. So tell me, John, what are you going to do when we get to the off season? Well, probably watch some movies, enjoy Atlas Earth, just enjoy my time off, and I bet you'd be enjoying your time off with your wife and just keeping your eyes on her and maybe take a vacation or something. Who knows? Right there, swung on and missed, and they got him. And that is 5.5 innings scoreless. And we now head to the bottom of 5, and it's no score through 5.5. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. And it's bottom of 5 and no score for Springfield. Norwelli and Cedeno will lead it off for San Antonio. DeVries and Fabian will follow in from behind when we come back. Bottom half of the fifth inning for San Antonio right now on the Mission's Baseball Network. Still no score as we move down to the bottom of the fifth inning. Norwellian Cedeno coming up now for San Antonio. Here's the pitch, that one high and outside. It's 1 ball, no strikes. We are underway of the fifth for San Antonio. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. That one is outside. The count now 2-0 and a good hold up by Cedeno. It always recommends that plate discipline is key factor in winning ball games and getting on base. Well, got to say, John, getting on base is a key factor of getting in there, but most certainly that's what it needs to be. The base hits to come in. I mean, you're not wrong there, John. Not wrong at all. Well, that's a good thing. Right there to first, and that is out number 1.
Now batting, number 94.
So we're halfway through here tonight in this broadcast, and so far here's the shortstop Leo Dallas DeVries, Gold Glove winner of tonight, also along with center fielder Joshua Mears. That one is high, pop up, and that could be called a infield fly roll. And that is out number 2.
Fielder, number 30, Albert.
Boy, just trying to get out there and get something going, but still no luck getting in some runs and base hits. Left fielder Albert Fabian coming in as he strides up next for San Antonio. That's a swing and a miss. The count now 0-1. Well, we got some scores as we go into the latter evening.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And so far, Wichita leading Northwest Arkansas 6-3. They're the top half of the ninth inning. Frisco and Arkansas tied 4-4. They go into extras. Amarillo up 4-0 against Midland. Top half of the sixth inning. We are bottom of the fifth. No score here in San Antonio tonight. And that is a full count now. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes. And on deck is Romeo Sanabria. Tulsa leading Corpus Christi 2-1 there at Bayfront Park. And that's going to be lofted high in the air up to center field, and that is 5 innings come and gone. No runs, hits, or errors, nobody left on for San Antonio. We head to the 6th inning, and it's still no score. Through 5, no score. So back here as Chris Rotondo, Moquete, and Davis lead it off for Springfield. We come back after this. Top half of the sixth inning for Springfield right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Chris Rotondo coming in now as we're set to go, but first we'll have a pitching change for San Antonio as Omar Cruz will be the first West Creek Trail Rides reliever here in San Antonio. The likes of which that is pretty good here in this ball game. Chris Rotondo, the center fielder, will meet hand the reliever pick, Omar Cruz. Here's the pitch to him, and that is fouled and away. The count now 0-1. We're underway of inning number 6. It's no score here at the ballpark tonight. Still trying to figure out who's going to take on the score first. Evidently getting a home run and a base hit. But evidently San Antonio and Springfield both have been getting hits, but their objective is trying to get that run in to score. Well, the swing and a miss will get the leadoff batter, Darlin Molkete, coming in as 0 for 2 and 2 strikeouts tonight. One away, nobody on. Here's the pitch. That's an inside strike. The count now 0-1 as that was located in the inside corner of that plate. Which that right there was pretty good. Yeah, I got to say, John, absolutely right. You see some starting pitchers go like nothing else, trying to avoid getting this baseball hit, and so far just keeping the game scoreless right where it is. Called third strike, got him. Molkete goes down like the leadoff batter did.
Right fielder, Chase Davis.
And that'll bring in the right fielder, Chase Davis, as he comes in. He's ready to go here tonight. Wind up and the pitch. And that's an inside strike. The count now at 0-1. 2 out, nobody on here in the top half of the sixth inning for Springfield. Cardinals trying to get in there and get a run in to score, but evidently no luck yet.
No, that's low.
Down and outside, 2-1 the count now. Evidently, if Springfield wins this one, they'll be win number 67. And if San Antonio wins, it'll be their 62nd of the year. Here's the 2-1. Inside for a strike. The count now 2-2. One more strike, and it'll be another 0 on the scoreboard. Wind up into pitch. That one's going to be lofted. That is high in the air. Fabian in pursuit makes a grab, and he's got it. And that, my friends, another half inning of scorelessness. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left on base, and we had bottom of 6. And still, no score. Romeo Sanabria, Beers, and Castagnon will lead it off in the bottom 6 for San Antonio. And we will be right back. Well, anyway, we got our first 2 teams done tonight. Wichita winning against Northwest Arkansas 6-3. And so far, first 2 already done. Wichita still holds that second place position with 57-50. Northwest Arkansas now at 51-56. And so far, pretty good on that. We'll be right back in our Texas League broadcast on this Saturday night. No score as we head to the bottom half of the 6th inning for San Antonio right after these messages. Bottom half of the sixth inning for San Antonio right now on the Mission's Baseball Network. Romeo Sanabria will lead it off here in the bottom of the sixth inning. No score as we get going for inning number 6 for San Antonio. That one's going to be ground ball. That's straight up to second. Throw down in time. Got him. And that is one down. Joshua Mears, the center fielder, is 0 for 1. Last time inherited the walk. Fans are wondering who's going to score first in this ball game. Andre Granillo and Jack Ralston warming up in the Cardinals bullpen. So far, this will be our last ever North Division coming to San Antonio for this year. Especially, we've had Wichita, Northwest Arkansas, and this team, Springfield. And that's going to be right there. Line drive, left field, base knock. And finally, get something going.
The first baseman, number 6.
Missions get that upper hand opportunity. One away here in this one. But evidently, it would have been nice to see Arkansas and Tulsa come to San Antonio, and instead, it's been that way for the last 3 years that we've had 3 North Division teams, and the rest are South Division.
Nope.
That means you would have Amarillo, Midland, Frisco, and Corpus Christi come to San Antonio. Then North Divisions would be Wichita, Springfield, and Northwest Arkansas. Which those 2 teams, Arkansas and Tulsa, would have to sit on the sidelines and say, yeah, you know, we're not going to San Antonio. It's been that way already. They are already talking about it. 2026 is their 4th consecutive year and seeing that go on. And that's going to be right there, line drive. That's down for a base hit. And now the first 2 runners coming on.
Now batting, number 7.
And that's going to bring in the next batter up. So far, pretty good as San Antonio tries to get in. 2-1, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And that's a changeup down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Jacob Campbell coming in is 0 for 1 and a walk. So far, a beautiful night here in our home ballpark, and so far join us for one more night. And this next coming week, we are off to Tulsa. We take on the Tulsa Drillers there at DCJ Field. Pretty nice. Our first ever time going to Tulsa. That's down and outside. The count now 3 balls and no strikes. 1 more, and that could put the bases loaded. So good opportunity right here. He's got the driver's seat right now. And that is ball 4, and wish granted that will load up the bases.
Now the designated hitter, Cole.
And the designated hitter is Cole Roederer, who is 0 for 2. Well, so far, pretty good on that. Well, that's an inside strike. The count now at 0-1. San Antonio could do damage. They had their bases loaded up. Evidently first and second time through the charm, and that's going to be fouled off. The count now at 0-2. San Antonio trying to get that run 90 feet away in to score. And a pitch. Outside, 1-2. Good hold up by Roederer. Got to keep forward on the momentum to see if you could get up there and hopefully put it high out of reach. Swing and a miss. Got him. So one more chance right there, and
now batting, the third baseman.
So far that will pretty much get it for the San Antonio Missions. Yendry Rojas coming in now. Number 7 batter could do some damage. That one's going to be a high pop-up right there. And he throws his bat down as that's a high pop-up. And, man, tell you one thing, that is the end of the 6th inning. No runs on 3 hits and no errors. 3 left on. We head to the top of the 7th inning. Cage, Jobert, and Yeager will lead it off, and we're still scoreless here in this ball game. Well, did forget to mention, Bob was whispering in my ear, so it's no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 3 left on. We head to inning number 7, and still no score as we go to the 7th. Seventh inning set to go for Springfield. Right now, the Mission's Baseball Network. Trey Cage coming in now. 4-5-6 due up against Omar Cruz as we head to the 7th inning. Still no score to this point. 1 ball and no strikes. So far, get ready for the 7th inning stretch coming up next. After this half inning is already through. 2 balls, no strikes, and the count now 2-0. The pitch is right there. Hit to Castañon. Plenty of time to get the out. He makes it with an unassisted play.
The first baseman.
And that right there was pretty good. He recovered in time, get the out, and so far, that's what he did. Braden Jobert coming in now. 1 away, nobody on here in the top of the 7th inning. That's going to be high in the air up to right field. Moving under it's the right fielder Campbell. And quickly 2 down in the half inning.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Boy, this could be a scoreless ball game. And even like Frisco and Arkansas, I tell you one thing about the other night is that the Travelers end up losing to Frisco the other night. It was a 3-0 ball game. That one hit high in the air up to right field, and yes, that will pretty much do. No runs, hits, or errors, nobody left on for Springfield. And we are now going into our 7th inning stretch. It's Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Sing up and stand up while singing it. Well, anyway, we'll have a new reliever for Springfield coming up, and we're scoreless through 7.5 on this Saturday night here at Wolf Stadium in San Antonio. We're back after this, right after our broadcast and our 7th inning stretch. About set to go for the bottom of the seventh, and sure hope you had a pretty good seventh inning stretch because we're back at you at Wolf Stadium here to start the seventh inning. Here is John Baker to deliver us the bottom of seven. Thank you, Bob, and we have a new warm-up hand. That is Andre Granillo as he comes in. Four-seam slider and a curveball sinker. We'll get started in relief for Springfield. Granillo now pitching for the Cardinals. Second baseman Nerwillian Cedeno comes in 0 for 2. The last time up is 2 groundouts in the broadcast. That's slider in the count now, 0-1. And bottom half as well. That's right there. And that is out number 1.
Now batting.
Man, it could be a 1-0 ball game if San Antonio can hold off into the extra innings if they do become in that area. They're so far pretty good on that. Yeah, for sure. Here's Leo Dallas DeVries coming in now, and he's going to take an inside strike. The count now at 1-0. So far, pretty good night thus far for San Antonio, and they're going to try to get something going, and they need to put up forward a rally. Yeah, I got to say, John, that would be pretty good. Well, Frisco and Arkansas tied 4-4. They're in the top of the 11th inning. So the longest baseball game I've seen is 25 innings. And, yeah, that's crazy. And, yeah, we can probably look that up on Google and tell you what was the longest baseball game recorded in history. That's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a high pop-up straight away to left. And the left fielder will move under it.
The left fielder, number 30, Albert Fabian.
Well, anyways, here is left fielder Albert Fabian is 1 for 3. The longest MLB game ever played was 26 innings between the Brooklyn Robins, now the Dodgers, and the Boston Braves on May 1st, 1920. The game ended in a 1-1 tie due to darkness. The longest professional baseball game, including minor leagues, was a 33-inning game between the Pawtucket Red Sox and the Rochester Red Wings on April 18th and 19th of 1981. And the likes of which 33 innings. That is a long ball game. So right there, called third strike, and that is 7 innings come to go. No runs, hits, errors, nobody left on for San Antonio. We head to the 8th inning, no score as we go to the 8th. Leonardo Bernal, Mendoza, and Rivas will get things going as we get set for the bottom half, or should I say top half of the 8th inning. We get ready to go. Still no score as we get set to go for the top half of the 8th inning for Springfield. Right away in the Missions Baseball Network. And so far, pretty good on that. We're the top half of the eighth inning for Springfield right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Leonardo Bernal stepping in now. Still a no-score ball game through the last 7 innings, and now we're up to the 8th inning. Already into a no-score situation. Do apologize for the little stutteriness. I'm still working on that after the past couple of years. No balls, 2 strikes to Bernal. Right there, that'll be a swung-on foul, and the count now 0-2. Well, the Frisco Rough Riders lead 5-4 against Arkansas. Amarillo leading 4-0 against Midland. No score to this point here in San Antonio to the Springfield Cardinals. That one's high fly in the air up to the third base, Rojas. And that is out number 1. Man, I bet fans are just scratching their heads saying, who's going to score first? It's between heads and tails. I don't know, Bob. Ramon Mendoza coming in now as he hits that one right there. Line drive to the right field area. And that is a base hit to Mendoza.
Now batting, shortstop, Jeremy Rivas.
Jeremy Rivas coming in now as we're set to go. Pretty good in this broadcast, and so far, gotta say, it is a nice one. Jeremy Rivas is 0 for 2 and 2 strikeouts, which that is pretty good. But a lot of fans are like saying, huh? What? Rivas coming in, and he's going to ground ball. DeVries to Cedeno. They get them both. Taco Bell double play. Inning over. No runs on a hit, no errors, and nobody left on as we had 8.5 and still no score.
Now
We'll have a new Springfield pitcher coming up after our break, and it's no score through these 2 ball clubs as we head to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Bottom half of the 8th inning set to go for San Antonio right here on the Missions Baseball Network.
Pitching for Springfield.
Matt Swanson coming in, sinker, slider, and a cutter coming in on the mound as he will get the call here for Springfield as we head to the 8th inning for San Antonio. Romeo Sanabria coming in is 1-for-3 single. Nighttime fastly approaching on us here for San Antonio, and gotta say, on a Saturday night, always good. Right there, line drive straight away first, and there is one down.
The center fielder, number 14, Joshua.
Boy, it's a hold down between these two ball clubs. San Antonio and Springfield have really been letting these two ball clubs just hold each other down and arm wrestle, or should I say just wrestle like nothing else. It's like watching the wrestling channel. Yeah. Jack Ralston and Curtis Taylor warming up in the Cardinals bullpen, or watching the WWE. Boy, you see two guys just whoop the crap out of each other. You know, they sucker punch people. You know, they kick people. They whack people with objects. I mean, it's kind of crazy to think about it.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
One guy just got whacked in the head by a chair. Ouch. Yeah, that's why I don't like watching them type of things. But something that's safe and easy to say is baseball will always be number one than WWE wrestling. Man, for sure. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the center fielder, Joshua Mears. And gotta say, yeah, why fight each other? But, you know, get along. And that's right there, swing and a miss, and that's 2 down. 2 up, 2 down, and yes, time is running out as they're down to their final 4 outs. Marcos Castañon coming in now.
Inside, ball 1.
And so far, pretty good on that. 1 ball, no strikes to Castañon. Pitch, swing and a miss. The count now 1-1.
1-1.
2,779 in attendance tonight for this ball game. So far, if we do go extra innings, please be alert that we may take a long time to find a winner. Right there, and that will be the inning. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left on for San Antonio. 9th inning coming up, and it's a no-score ball game as we get ready to go for the bottom half of inning number 9. Rotondo, Boquete, and Davis will lead it off. San Antonio will try to get it into the bottom half of the 9th to get something going. Well, anyway, we'll be right back. No score as we head to the 9th inning for Springfield. Top half of the ninth inning for Springfield right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Chris Rotondo coming in now as we lead off the ninth inning. Still a no-score ball game here on this Saturday night. Play one more inning of baseball, and as we head to the bottom of the ninth inning, that could be a decision factor right there. Field area. Springfield now having the go-ahead run. And that'll bring in Garland Moquete as he comes in. Boy, beautiful look at downtown San Antonio. The Tower of Americas right there. Just absolutely beautiful. Here's the pitch. That is fouled off. The count now, 0-1. 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts here in this ball game for Moquete. 0-1. And that's an inside strike. The count now, 0-2. 0-2, one more time, and he swings after it. And that is out number 1, and they'll throw down to first just to keep the runner in check. And that'll bring in Chase Davis. The ground ball 2 would end this ninth inning with a no score again. That one fouled and away. The count now at 0-1. So far, Arkansas winning through 11 on the walk-off home run against Frisco in the final 6-5. 0-1. That one fouled off. The count now 0-2. Well, we're still scoreless here through this ball game. We've been scoreless since the top of the first inning. Well, so far everything is just pretty good. And that one bashed. That one's deep, and that one is gone. And Springfield finally puts one out of reach. And it's 2-0 Springfield. Well, yeah, they come in full frontal attack and finally get some runs on the board. Well, that'll make a manager upset. One of the Springfield Cardinals cheering in their own dugout, and we'll say they did pretty good on that. Davis hitting a 403-foot, 102.4 mile per hour in the exit velocity on that fastball. Trey Page coming in, hits that one. Castañon down, got him outside. And that is out number 2. That'll be Braden Jobert, who is 0 for 3, strikeout and 2 flyouts. I'll tell you one thing there, Bob. That's pretty good. Springfield getting in and hopefully looking for their 67th of the season. Beating San Antonio tonight would be a major factor for them if they try to get something going. Missions have the bottom half of the ninth inning to get that going. 3 outs, that's all they have left. 2-0 shutout finish would end the ball game and send everybody home unhappy. But they don't leave here empty-handed tonight. They have Taco Bell coupons, and that makes everybody happy. That one right there now to play. The count now at 0-2. So far, don't forget our last game tomorrow evening against Springfield. Then it'll be off for a 6-game road travel to Tulsa. Right there, Castañon, he's got it. There's a ground ball, and that ends the inning. But Chase Davis puts 2 out of reach. And so far, 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors. And they leave nobody on base. We head to the bottom of the ninth inning. Springfield leading this one 2-0. Back here for the bottom of the ninth inning as we're set to go. And we will be right back. Now set to go for the bottom half of the ninth inning for San Antonio. Right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. And the one closing the door on this one is Ryan Shreve as he comes in to get the closing door assignment. Four-seam slider, changeup, and a sinker. He's responsible for 3 more outs.
Leading off for the Missions,
Jacob Campbell coming in, 5-6-7 due up against Ryan Shreve. He's 0 for 1. 2 walks in this ball game. So far, pretty good on that. The sinker's down and inside for a cold strike. It's 0-1. Looking at the manager there in the dugout, and I don't think he's a happy man tonight. That one is outside the count now, 1-1. Giving up a lot of outs. A lot of 3 up, 3 down innings through the past. Already 8 innings come and go here tonight. Now going to the bottom half of the ninth inning, which that right there, that's a real challenge. That one is a high pop-up. And that will be out number 1, so 2 more outs for San Antonio here tonight. That'll bring up Cole Roederer, who comes in. Is pretty good here tonight. Well, the count now at 0-1. No balls and 1 strike, and that's going to be an inside strike. The count now at 0-2. Pretty good here tonight. Wind up and the pitch. That one's going to be lofted high in the air up to the left field area. And the left fielder makes the grab, and San Antonio down to their final out.
Now batting, third baseman.
Boy, and Springfield can win this one, a 2-0 shutout finish. But that's not until the final out recorded. Yundry Rojas coming in down to their final out of this evening. Well, if it's a 2-0 victory for Springfield, pretty much fans there in Springfield, Missouri are cheering on for the Cardinals. Ground ball, they should do it. And there we go, Springfield winning this one, a 2-0 shutout finish. Well, fans, get ready for the drone show coming up. And so far, pretty good on that one. Springfield winning their 67th of the season here in San Antonio. And so far, that is one more game ready to go. Pretty good on that as well, which that is good. Well, anyway, stadium lights now going off, and so far, pretty good night thus far for the Springfield Cardinals, as that was pretty much the ball game. But evidently, one more chance tomorrow night to catch these 2 ball clubs. Springfield will pretty much get ready to return home, and bet they take on Wichita. I think that's what the schedule is. With MLB or the first pitch app, we will definitely take a look at. Well, evidently, Springfield will head home and take on Wichita. So I was right. The first time around, I was right about that. We've got finals coming in, and so far, we are seeing the drones now start to take full effect here. And boy, some pretty shapes and sizes. See, the Arkansas Travelers getting their 55th against the Frisco Rough Riders. You know, it'd be Frisco 54 and 52. Arkansas is 2.5 games back against Wichita, which that's pretty good right there. Well, the Corpus Christi Hooks still trail a 4-1 ball game, at least 3 by the Tulsa Drillers. And so forwardly, we do have our last 4 ball clubs, that is Tulsa and Corpus Christi, Amarillo, and Midland, still going on. Now, evidently, there at Franco Park, the Sod Poodles leading Midland by that 4-1 lead, and so far they lead by 3. A beautiful Franco Park. Always love Franco. It's a pretty good ballpark. So far, the Sod Poodles leading that ball game. They'll head to the bottom half of the 9th inning. Corpus Christi will exactly do the same thing, but the Tulsa Drillers being into that 4-1 right there. Well, anyway, the two teams conclude the series after tomorrow night's ball game. And after that, we head to Tulsa, and then we are back on the 18th, taking on the Amarillo Sod Poodles. I'd say, it'd be the 19th. I do apologize about that. So it will be the 19th taking on Amarillo. Where did I get 18 from? I don't know, but anyway, we do have our 7:05 first pitch tomorrow night against Springfield. And so far, to conclude another week in this great baseball week against Springfield and San Antonio here in this one. Anyway, we're going to have one more game left with Springfield, 6 with Amarillo, and then we are 6 with Corpus Christi, and that will pretty much do. We're down to 2 homestands after tomorrow, and that's between Amarillo and Corpus Christi. So far, our last 3 road series games will involve Tulsa, Frisco, and Springfield on those road travels with 6 games on all of those. And so far, it will be pretty good on that. Well, anyway, we want to thank everybody that joined in this broadcast. And so far, our final score, Springfield 2-0 as they shut out San Antonio. Chase Davis gets that player of the game. He whacked in the 2-run shot. Is 1 for 4. The win is Matt Swanson as he comes in and takes the W for the Springfield Cardinals. And the loss goes to Omar Cruz. Well, anyway, we ask everybody to drive home safely. And so far, this has been Texas League Baseball. One last time, Springfield 2, San Antonio nothing. This was Missions Baseball saying good night from the Wolf. Yeah, good night, everybody. Travel home safely.